Another question which kind of segues from the last with regards to valuation. Shareholder asks, why are we trading at about 1 times revenue when your peers are trading at 20 times or 8 times or 10 times or whatever it is, a lot more than you are. From that standpoint, yeah, I'm wondering why as well. And we had some challenges last year with the market. There have been issues, and I'll talk a little bit about why the story, and not a lot of people have heard about it. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a few minutes. But we're currently trading about 1.5 times revenue, so it's improved. And since the last investor presentation, it's improved quite a bit. The why we're trading at such a low multiple, I think the market doesn't understand our sector. This is a market predominantly focused on mining companies and other types of resource companies and companies that are probably in totally different sectors. And tech just happens to be an area that the ASX has not had really big wins in yet. There hasn't been any unicorns that have come out of tech, coming out of Australia yet. And I think it's a matter of market maturity. They just don't understand the business. I mean, just to give you an example, we see many companies that don't have any revenue and, they don't have much cash, but they're trading at, I would say, like 20, 50, 75, $100 million market caps. And it makes no sense to us when, we did 11.5 million in revenue last year. And, we did more, we continue to grow, and we're announcing great things, and market just doesn't understand it. So it's a real business with real revenues, and it continues to have scale and demonstrate that scale to the market every day. And we expect the market to learn about it over some time. Our job is to educate the market. We chose this market for a reason. It's because we feel that there's growth potential in Asia Pacific, and what better place to run our Asia Pacific operation from? Australia. It's a great place to, there's a lot of people that are familiar with Asia Pacific, and there's a lot of synergy between there. So that's our plan eventually. That's the reason why we chose Australia as the market. So we have to educate the market. It's fine. We have peers on the ASX that are trading at between 6 to 8 times revenue still, and we feel that we have significantly greater revenue than they do. From profitability standpoint, I think we're going to be better this year, and there's just opportunity for us potentially to gap up. So from my standpoint, if there's a gap between 8 times revenue and 1 times revenue or 1.5 times revenue, that's opportunity from our standpoint, opportunity for us to be able to grow. And once the market hears about us and there's awareness, I think that gap will be filled up over time, because we're having the best year we've had in a long time. And we just passed the best month we've had in many, many years, April, which is an incredible month for us, and that continues to get better. Question from a shareholder with regards to run rate to profitability. Our current daily run rate is close to profitability. We have to push activations to go live. This recent batch 2, once that goes live, and if it achieves what we achieve, then yes, we will be profitable on a daily basis, and you'll hear it from me first. And I believe that we're very close to that, and we should be able to blow that goal out. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the announcements and the benchmarks that we set in February. We've been beating those milestones. We've been setting benchmarks and beating those milestones, and that's the plan to get us profitable. Those are all the things that will help us become profitable this year. And we've been beating every one of those milestones so far. There hasn't been any that we have not achieved yet. For example, the Iconic Reach deals, we hit nearly 200% of the deals that we said we'd sign, and we hit 100% of the deals that we said we'd sign for Q2 in the first month. So things like that we feel are what will impact our profitability, and I think that's going to create significant movement. In addition to that, we've changed our style of announcements this year. We're talking a lot about financial figures. We're talking a lot about impact with relation to revenue and profitability as well, and also balance sheet improvement. So we think that we're going to communicate a lot more this year than we have last year. We're doing a better job. We don't have an IR firm. I am the IR firm, and I continue to be that way. We hired 4 IR firms last year and had to fire all 4 because it didn't feel like we were seeing what we wanted to see. And so this year is going to be a very different year for us. And with regards to run rate to profitability, we're close to breaking even. once this batch of publishers, the second batch goes live, and we expect $10,000 to $11,000 a day incremental revenue. That'll get us to profitability, and very excited to be able to announce that to the market shortly. Every day, I'm excited to bother our teams. Hey, these publishers go live. Do they go live? Do they go live? You're going to hear from me pretty quickly as soon as they do, and you better believe I'm about crushing my goals and not about being crushed. So I feel that this year is kind of a little bit of retribution, and I feel that personally I have something to prove, and I'm very confident, and excited to be able to share my, express my feelings about the company this year, and I feel that we're going to make a change and make our mark this year. This is going to be the year for us. Question from shareholder with regards to Iconic Reach clients. Like, what does this mean? Like, what are these clients worth? Each client, what does it mean? Is it like, are you paying people for them to be your client? I know there was some confusion about Sean Kingston. We've known him for a long time. We love the guy. He's a great musician. He's done really well in the past. He was founded on MySpace. So some of you that don't know, we have pretty deep roots in MySpace. Also, founder of MySpace and social media. MySpace Tom is on our board as well. So we have deep roots in MySpace. I was one of the early guys there. Proud of it. We sold it in 2005. It was doing fantastic. And then Rupert Murdoch bought it, and you can read about what he did with it. So that's a very different story. So Sean Kingston was founded on MySpace. Very excited about that. He's very proud of that. He talks about it a lot in the media. He's one of the few artists that have constantly been working since he had his big hits. He's been writing music for everyone from Justin Timberlake to Rihanna. All those hits that you listen to, a lot of them are written by him. So he's always been active and he's been around, and I feel that now he's planning a comeback with his new music, and he hired Iconic Reach. He paid Iconic Reach. It's a 6-figure deal. He paid us to help promote his music and his album, and really just to get a new fan base and build awareness that, hey, he's back. So that was the Iconic Reach client, Sean Kingston. Now, what are the deals worth? They're typically mid 5-figure deals for us, Iconic Reach clients, and generally those are test budgets. So clients start out with a mid 5-figure test budget. If we hit their ROIs and if it performs, then they scale. They spend more money with us, and essentially we end up continuing with them. Client like that last year was a cryptocurrency Australian company called Ivy Coin. They spent a lot of money with us, and they're potentially coming back as well as a client. So they started off small and they spent high 6 figures with us, and it's going to potentially continue as well too. So that's kind of how Iconic Reach starts. So I feel that we signed, as I mentioned, many deals. All of the deals that we goaled for the second quarter, in the first month of the quarter. We're expecting many more deals this quarter and the balance of the year. That's what drives that business. We're hoping that business will be a pretty big contributor for us in 2020. From that standpoint, we're also doing everything we can to make those hopes reality by putting action towards them and the goals internally as well. So social media is very effective for brands today. It is probably delivering the strongest ROI since influencer marketing has come around. So we're very proud to be a part of the influencer space for a couple years now, and we expect that to be a pretty big contributor for us. With the addition of TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, eventually Snapchat, that might be coming soon, where we kind of have every platform that advertisers are looking for, and are excited to be delivering news about that very shortly as well.